Learning happens when there's a problem to solve or a need to be resolved. That's when learning sticks.
Project-based learning is that moment for teachers where you can actually show students how what they're discussing, what they're learning about, what they're doing has relevance in the world that they're living in and helps them recognize that they have a voice and have the ability to make an impact.
We worked on the Design Green project, and our group was trying to filter out the Hudson River, and the big question was, why do we need to filter out the Hudson? Why is it important? How does it benefit the community? And we learned that it was so dirty that it's affecting the health of the citizens of New York. So we built a prototype that can filter out the Hudson River, but also helps bring the community together.
With project-based learning, you have this real-life problem. Everybody's got this purpose. This is what we're going to do. By the end of this project, we're all going to present this to the authentic audience.
So we talked about how people influence green space versus gray space.
You need to have your students recognizing that this is beyond them, that there are other people out in the world who are going to be impacted by their decisions and by their designs.
We never really understood how every day we make such a big impact on the environment, and throughout this specific project we learned more about how we're connected to everything and how we can really make a difference in that.
So one of the ways we support teachers is in having them do projects like work themselves. In our summer professional development, we spent 3 days with teachers breaking into teams. They went up onto the roof of the building and looked at a problem of developing a green infrastructure on the roof of avenues itself. In those teams, they did some research. They designed plans for the roof depending on what the team's focus was. They created some models and proposals for projects as if they were going to move forward with doing this work themselves, not as teachers, but as learners and students. Out of that work, several projects have been born that follow very much the same structure, including the Designing Green project that the 6th grade students have been working on.
The significance of project-based learning is that it centers on the practice that teachers are going to replicate with their students. Working as a cohort is a reflection of the type of learning that we'd expect students to do. So the teacher is positioning themselves through the cohort experience to be able to support and to shape and facilitate a student's learning. It very much mirrors the experience that students have in the classroom.
At the beginning we had a bunch of thoughts and we didn't really know what to do with them, but drawing things like connection circles and stock and flow diagrams, they helped us bring our thoughts together.
And then that leads to gray infrastructure.
They really helped us understand how everything's connected, and that connected throughout our classes, because once we understood one topic, that led to another, and that really helped us understand what was going on around us.
Is that too big?
They taught us what we needed to know to do it ourselves.
So one thing that happens for teachers that haven't done this kind of work before is that we often feel that we need to teach the students everything that they need to know to be able to be successful with the project. In project-based learning, that's not the case. Students unveil what they need to know as they progress through the project. Problems emerge that hadn't been anticipated at the beginning of the project. We're putting the teachers in the position of doing that kind of work themselves so that they get a sense of what it feels like from a student's perspective. We don't often have the chance to do that in a teaching venue. It introduces an element of play to the professional development. They're having fun with their colleagues. We want to give teachers permission to do that with their students, and they have to sense that they have that permission from us as well.
So not only does project-based learning focus on a narrow topic of study over time to deepen learning, but it also offers a healthy amount of choice and self-direction and agency, which helps stoke the motivation as a learner The more choice and direction you have in the learning, the more engaged you are.
Where does your arrow start?
So I started it at grade infrastructure.
Students being able to facilitate their own learning is just indicative that you have given them the critical thinking routines, the structures, so that they actually can define their purpose, define their audience, define their intent.
Once you sort of are able to sort of let go and see where the kids go, you'd be amazed at their achievements and their imagination and how they really pull it together.
The teachers help us learn, but we help ourselves learn. I've also learned more about the way that I can help myself learn more things. So that's really connected back to all of my classes now, because I have a deeper understanding of how I work.